The Joe Rogan Experience.
So this just happened. We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot.
It's awful.
And is he dead?
No, I don't think so.
That's what was
just one of the guys out there just said it was confirmed that he's dead. Have a
Oh, Jesus. If Z was shot during an event, do you think you might say some dumb on stream out of anger? Legit question. What do you, like what?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Believes it didn't align.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I'm literally just reading Twitter, so I didn't see
Pussies. They fired, is it Chris Dodd? Is that the guy's name? They fired him over this. What an unbelievable, cucked fucking left-wing media. Left-wing in the biggest air quotes in the universe here. My God.
the video. I just saw people talking about tweets.
Crazy take is that, what was the take that they deserved it?
That's why I didn't want to pair.
Why do you not, he doesn't even, what a fucking, God, I hate these people. Oh my God, why would you even say it if you have no fucking idea? Like.
Right.
Here you go.
I don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea. But
that's what the crazy thing was.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, if it was a supporter
shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea. But
that's what the crazy thing was.
Oh,
wait, that wasn't what he got fired for, was it? I thought he got fired for wasn't he saying things like Charlie Kirk's rhetoric has contributed? That's a different guy. Yeah, that's not even the right guy. Okay,
that's it.
Yeah, if it was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration.
What? Someone shot their gun off in celebration and killed him.
You shoot celebration guns in the air.
Oh God!
Just
what a crazy take. Like it might not have been someone assassinating someone for the wrong opinion.
Huh?
Fuck.
Well, why does something like that have to be spun?
Their ideology.
No, I know what I'm saying. It's like,
I mean, they want to try to pin it on a Trump supporter. With
of course.
This is like every single conservative, every single centrist ever is give me a piece of fake news, and then now I'm going to spin off a whole narrative based off of a fact that isn't even true, that isn't even accurate. It's just like such a wild...
Crazy Trump supporter with a gun,
right,
going wacky. We don't know if it was a supporter shooting off a gun in celebration, because you know they do.
Right,
a lot of folks are just constantly out there shooting off guns at large gatherings in celebration.
Yeah, 4th of July, you can't leave your house.
What the fuck?
No, that is that's a wow.
There's gonna be a lot of people celebrating this. It's so scary. It's so dangerous too to celebrate or to in any way encourage this kind of behavior from human beings. He's not a violent guy who's talking to people on college campuses. Wasn't even particularly rude. Who's tried to be pretty reasonable with people.
Everything I saw seemed reasonable.
He's a very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
You know, whether you agree with him or don't. And there's a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with him on. That's fine. You're allowed to disagree with people. And there's so many people that love it. They love that we're divided, and they profit off that division. And they stoke the fires.
Who?
And they do it for their own profit.
Who?
It's so fucking gross.
Who?
It's
stoking the divisions in this country, and they profit off of it. Who? Who? Name a name, you pussy-ass bitch. Everybody's such a fucking pussy. They all get paid by these motherfuckers. Like, that's you. You're describing yourself, you fucking loser. You're the one making money off this audience. You grifted so fucking hard. Mr., $200 million in Spotify deals. Who's profiting? Fucking $ Trump coin. Are you serious?
so gross. And to encourage this kind of thing is really one of the most horrific things that you could do. Scary. This could spark off some kind of a real violent conflict. Wow. That guy had a lot of fans.
Yeah,
a lot of people love that guy.
Yeah, I know.
And if they find out that he got killed for something that they vehemently oppose in the first place, it could send people over the edge.
It could. Yeah. There's always that flashpoint moment in any in previous times like this.
Yep.
There's always that tipping point moment.
Like the Rodney King film.
Yep.
Right. Something just like that's it.
Yeah. This also highlights just a little bit of perspective, like how lucky Trump was.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like Charlie didn't get the benefit of a head turn or a couple of microns or millimeters or, and it's just like wow, who decides that?
Yeah.
That is just there's
the Trump thing is bananas.
Yeah, but they talk
just
about
clips his ear.
Yeah, because he makes a reference to something.
Yeah.
And then it's just
And then it clips his ear. Where if he didn't turn his head, he'd be dead. And it would have been on live on CNN.
What were they thinking during the Pelosi stuff?
The Joe Rogan Experience.
It's interesting when you see narratives and that those narratives are not accurate, and you see narratives that get pushed. Like one we were talking about earlier today was the Paul Pelosi video. Do you see that video? Do you see the Paul Pelosi get hit with the guy with the hammer? So all these people
there's a video of it?
Yeah, there's a video of it. The cops, they released the cops' body camera footage, and then they also released the security footage that shows the guy breaking into the house. And then they released the 9/11 call, so you can listen to Pelosi. So there was some suspicion that he knew the guy. But I think that's just because people are always suspicious of everything. There's always like, what's really going on? People always do that. But you could really clearly hear from the 9/11 call that there's a crazy person in his house with a hammer, and he's trying to keep the guy calm. And he thought the guy was pretty calm up until the moment where the cops came, and you see he has his hand on the hammer. I mean, it's really fucked up. Listen to this because it's kind of crazy. Let's do it from the beginning.
Wow.
But listen, watch this. So he goes in his house. So here's the guy. He's got his hand on the hammer.
All right, drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey. What is going on?
I'm not getting an answer. I'm calling back.
Okay. It's horrible because you hear him snore like he's out cold. It's really bad. A crazy person broke into his house and attacked him. I mean, this is, you see the guy. The guy is smashing his door with a hammer.
That was
so he
really
shows
surprising
up.
for some reason.
He pulls up. He's got a backpack.
Sorry, just so we can be aware, okay? Everybody memed on this shit, including Trump's child, including Charlie Kirk, everyone. Just as a quick thing, so you understand, like.
Yeah, Garcia, Andre, this video just came out moments ago, and it is...
The meme was that this was Paul Pelosi's secret gay lover that showed up for them to, fuck each other.
Stunning. It shows the moments that David DePape actually leveled that blow or series of blows on the head of the former Speaker of the House husband, Paul Pelosi. Now, this video has taken quite some time to come out. This morning, the courts released it, and it shows the police body-worn camera video of officers approaching as Paul Pelosi and the suspect here, David DePape, are holding the hammer. You see David DePape rip the hammer out of his hand and then just off camera level those blows on the speaker, or the speaker's husband, I should say, who was hospitalized for several days in this attack. We also saw video from a camera mounted on the back of the Pelosi home that shows DePape, or the person who's accused of doing this, breaking into the back of the home. He has a backpack where police say he had those hammers, breaks into the home, and commits this violent assault on the former speaker's husband. Now, if you remember, this all happened in the early morning hours of October 20th.
By the way, this guy was an insane, crazy dude who also believed in like QAnon and that the 2020 election and everything was stolen. He was there looking for Nancy Pelosi.
28th against the speaker's husband, Paul Pelosi, who's 82 years old. DePape was arrested right after, as you saw in that video, the attack. He's since been charged in state court here at the Hall of Justice with assault, attempted murder. He's also facing federal charges of kidnapping and assault. So as that all plays out, finally today we're seeing these new revelations depending this conspiracy map, more of that theories that he had been reading online about the Democrats, about his plans to actually kidnap the former speaker, Nancy Pelosi. We're going to have a lot more of that audio, that interview coming up at noon. But just to recap here, moments ago,
I don't know where the original, but I think you can hear Paul. They do this weird breathing when you get knocked out, the weird death breathing. He's not dead, but you hear I think the strangled breaths, unless it's an officer who's out of breath. But
and he pulls out a fucking hammer and just starts slamming at the door. So he breaks into his house.
He seems so calm.
Look at him. Oh, he's crazy. He also just got out of jail. So this guy is breaking his fucking door, smashing the window. Look at this.
Agonal breathing.
And he goes into his fucking right. That these narratives, and so there was all this speculation that people knew him. But that's what's fascinating, right? That these narratives, instead of people going, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Everybody's like, oh, I know what's going on. He was doing this, and he knew that guy. Maybe they were doing drugs together. Maybe they were doing this. Right?
And it escalates.
Yeah.
I think it can start. That's a fascinating thing to me. Is a random anonymous person on the internet can even just ask a question. Did they know each other?
Yeah.
And that somehow starts to build up. It doesn't matter the story. It starts to build up to where somebody swoops in and answers that question. And it's all anonymous people. And then somehow they can escalate and become viral.
They're supposed to be scared of the people. They're not supposed to be making the people scared. The government's literally supposed to be people like you working for you to make everything better for you. It's not supposed to be like you buy a fucking house like Paul Pelosi worth millions of dollars and some crazy. How does he not have security? They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars that they swindled the American public from. How do they not have security?
Swindled the American public from?
I mean, if you got that kind of cash and everybody knows you got a lot of it, maybe from trading in a way that you might have known some stuff before you made these trades. I mean, you might have some inside information.
Yeah, but there's probably much richer people to target.
Do you know that they are more successful at trading than Warren Buffett and George Soros?
Are they?
Yes. Google that. Make sure I'm not spreading more misinformation. But I read it. I think it was in
the Daily Wire.
But they made an exorbitant.
But just in reality, or I'm sorry, just for reference, this is what Donald Trump Jr. is tweeting out. Got my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready. LOL. Charlie Kirk, I remember watching on his show yesterday, was spreading memes about this as well. But this is not the same. I'm sorry. Did Candace Owens have Charlie assassinated? I'm just asking questions. Fucking wild how this bitch is already using someone who was her dear friend. They're just murdered to spend a conspiracy theory about Israel. And yes, I'm doing exactly what you're saying. Oh. Oh, wait. Don't we hate this guy? Maybe he hates Candace Owens? This is a valid point, though. Who called the hit on Charlie? True. Nice. Good one. Yeah, that's the guy we debated. Wait, what is this? Matt Walsh and Joe Rogan talk about this?
The Paul Pelosi thing, and the media was I've become more.
Remember the chart, right? How do you move from violence to genocide? One side has to lay down their arms. What do conservatives try to do? Conservatives try to convince you that you're already at one of these two stages, right? The left has been doing it. The left has been doing it. The left has been doing it. It's not the right. It's always the left. We've tried to stop and it hasn't worked, right? By creating reality and putting it in front of your eyes, they can induce you to act in ways that you wouldn't otherwise, obviously, if you were perceiving a different reality, right? I don't know if there are transcripts for this case or whatever, but David, is it DePape? Has pleaded not guilty to 2 charges, including attempted kidnap of a federal official. He cried as he testified how he hatched a bizarre plot that included wearing a unicorn costume while interrogating Miss Pelosi and posting the video online. If convicted, he faces life in prison. Closing arguments in the trial are expected on Wednesday. On Tuesday, in sometimes tearful testimony, Mr. DePape told the court he used to have left-wing political beliefs before a political transformation that started when he was living in a garage without a toilet or shower, playing video games for hours at a time. Giving evidence for more than an hour, he said that in the course of looking up information about video games, he became interested in Gamergate, an anti-feminist campaign that targeted prominent women in the gaming world, became a huge online trend starting in 2014. He began listening to right-wing podcasters and watching political YouTube videos. At that time, I was biased against Trump, Mr. DePape said, but there's like truth there. So if there's truth out there and I don't know it, I want to know it. He said he formulated a grand plan that involved luring targets to the Pelosi home. The names on his list included University of Michigan academic Gail Rubin, California Governor Gavin Newsom, Tom Hanks, Congressman Adam Schiff, former Vice President Mike Pence, former Attorney General Bill Barr, Senator Bernie Sanders, and liberal mega donor George Soros. Ultimately, Mr. DePape said he wanted to confront President Joe Biden's son, Hunter. And after he got his targets to admit to corruption, he planned to ask the president to pardon everyone he considered a criminal. It's just easier giving them a pardon so we can move forward as a country, he said, crying on the stand. Mr. DePape said that he went to the Pelosi home in the early hours of October 28th last year, hoping to talk to Mrs. Pelosi about what he thought were false theories of Russian involvement in the 2016 presidential election. Didn't Tulsi Gabbard just put out more false information about that? He said he planned to wear an inflatable unicorn costume and upload his interrogation of her online. He was arrested with zip ties and duct tape in his possession. When asked why he hit Mr. Pelosi, he responded, I reacted because my plan was basically ruined. He was never my target. I'm sorry that he got hurt. Nobody's heard anything about this. Nobody cares about this. Nothing said about it because it was a right. Because he was obviously we won't. I guess you don't want to call him a right winger. He was obviously inspired by all the right wing rhetoric. This is November 15th, 2023. This clip at least was posted on June 27th, 2024. So all of this is like public info by now.
The beginning of your career, when you first start doing this.
That's all they say about it?
You seem mature.
Yeah, I went to public school. Still, public school system. Like if you get.
No, that's it. Nice. Cool. I don't know if this has been confirmed yet. I see a bunch of people posting this, but there was a guy going viral on here calling for a Holocaust for trans people based on the claim that arrows on a bullet implied transgender ideology. The ATF bulletin said the agents found engravings that they interpreted as expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology on ammunition inside of a weapon believed to have been used in the murder of Kirk. 2 law enforcement sources told CNN that agents quickly ran an initial search on one of the markings, including a series of arrows, which analysts initially interpreted to be a connection to the transgender community. So maybe that's that might be the... Who knows? The trans arrows. Isn't 3 arrows anti-fascist? It might be. I don't know what the Antifa symbols are, but I also don't even know how true this is. I think it's all still like preliminary. The only reason I think why it's getting so much coverage is because Steven Crowder published that whatever email he got from somebody working at the ATF, maybe. TikTok, Reels, X, YouTube, and legacy media all profit from showing people propaganda because angry people watch more content. Will capitalist societies inevitably destroy themselves if it's profitable to enrage the people? Who knows? Yes, everybody's linking the 3 arrow symbol from the SPD in Germany or whatever, but I don't know what the arrows on this bullet were. I don't know what you guys can link that, but we have no idea what the arrows on the bullet were. No one knows. Yeah, I would say this is an explicit call for violence.
Past 24 hours.
But this is just a clip from the video we watched, right?
I've seen some in the media, some of the very same people who intentionally stoked murderous hatred against people like Charlie Kirk and Charlie Kirk specifically, now saying that we need to turn down the temperature and start having conversations. Well, Charlie tried to have conversations with you on the left, and you killed him for it. You're killing us in our churches. You tried to kill our president. You killed one of our greatest advocates in Charlie Kirk. You have been openly cheering for and celebrating and encouraging and committing political violence for years. Antifa, BLM, well-funded, highly orchestrated, widespread movements based in and fueled by violence. You made a hero out of Luigi Mangione. And you celebrate Charlie's death even now. It's too late to turn the temperature down.
Like, keep in mind, we still don't know who the shooter is, right? Just reminding you guys.
This is not a time to hold hands. It's a time for justice. This is a time for good to fight back against evil. It is time for the righteous to prevail for the sake of our country and for our families and our children and for Charlie.
Before you came 5 years ago, if someone were to say, you know what? And again, I've been very clear before you came on the show.
Do you think the framing of he was killed for just having an opinion you don't like is dishonest? Yeah, I mean, it's retarded. I mean, what do you want to say? What do you think people fight wars over? It's like ideology and shit, or families, or ownership of stuff. Like people that do the like, oh, it's just an opinion or whatever, don't belong in politics. They should be doing something else. Like they should be talking about sports teams or doing coverage of I don't know, pro video game events or whatever. Like, again, politics is for power, right? Killing and wars and ideology and assassination. This is like, that is part of what politics is historically. Anytime somebody's saying it's just words or it's just a whatever, go do high school debate then, or go do, go cover sporting events. Like, it's not just words. This stuff has real world impact on a lot of people. And I'm not just talking about people getting killed at events. I'm talking about people who get deported from the country, people who get their benefits cut, other countries who have, their shit bombed. Like, to just anybody that says like it's just words, it's like, I'm sorry, you're fucking retarded. If it's just words to you, then you should stop saying them and go cover something else, go do something else, get a different hobby.
Not condoning, not supporting violence of any, just going out, not. But 5 years ago, if someone said, man, it looks like it's blood in the streets time, and we really have to, I would have been, whoa, that's a little bit sharp, that's a little radical. In not supporting and not condoning it today, when someone says it seems like there's blood in the streets and it's inevitable, I go, you know what? There are other ways, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Does that seem extreme to you? It doesn't seem irrational to me, because our blood has been all over the streets for a long time, and until someone dies, they don't give a shit. They excuse it.
I know you're not rooting for it, and I'm not rooting for it either. You're saying, as a practical matter, wouldn't that be the next logical thing to expect?
Destiny, am I right to say I heard you near the start of the stream saying that the archetype of the good guy is that they are forgiving? In what world have you acted in line with this concept? I am, of all the large political streamers you've ever watched, I am the king of second and third chances. And if you don't know that, you are so fucking delusional. You are so lost to this world. There is nothing that I can say that will change your mind at this point. There, you will never find somebody who gives as fair coverage to people like even Hassan or Vosh or whatever. It's people who've constantly slandered me, come at my career, encourage people to swat it like this. You're lost. You're lost to this world.
Given how angry the right is, how victimized the right has been. I mean, truly, the left loves to play the victim. They love it when they're not. They invent fake ailments, disorders, etc., and claim victimization of white privilege and white anti-black racism all the time when it doesn't exist. We actually are being victimized. There's no other word for what happened to Charlie Kirk yesterday.
Hunted.
He was hunted, and they victimized his beautiful wife and their beautiful children and all of us who loved him and his message. That's actual victimization, a word I hate, but it happens to apply here. But they don't see it. You know, they don't see it.
Okay. How do we come together with these people? I'll say it again. I've said it a million times. You can't. You cannot do it. There is no way to make the other player cooperate. They have to make that decision. Until then, you punish them for it. This is where you stay. The only thing that you have the ability to do on your own in the prisoner's dilemma is to keep yourself in this box on your own, right? That's all you can do. If the other side chooses to backstab you, to defect, all you can do is stay here in the violent section. The other side has to choose to cooperate with you if you want to move ideally to the civility side. That's the only thing that can happen. Or that's the only way that can happen. The other side has to make that choice. You can't do it on your own. And it's immoral to try to do it on your own. What is this? Previous followers mentioned they thought this might be referring to manufacturing stamps at a quick look. Many manufacturers stamp with arrows, iron sights, or initials, including TRN. Seems like something that anyone in law enforcement should know. Would this be on... Do we even know for sure it was a 30-06 rifle? This was what they called trans? Well, we don't know that. We have no idea. We don't know anything about this. Remember, we only talk about it because it was leaked by Steven Crowder. So,
well, ever since I left Congress, my trades are shit. I can't get any insider information anymore, and these fuckers won't tell me anything anymore. So I've been drinking a lot more. My husband's still in love with a homeless hammer guy, visiting him in jail and shit. So it hasn't been easy. Okay.
this was 4 days ago from Donald Trump. Nice. Like, I don't know where people are getting these pictures from, or people are just posting standard. TRN is a common brand stamp for bullets from some manufacturers. The something of justice probably thought this means trans rights. I have no idea. Nobody has any idea, though. I don't even know if this is a real picture. No one has. It's all. This is like speculation out of speculation out of speculation. Like, no one has any idea. It's a Turkish brand, sure. But we don't even know if that's what they were looking at. Maybe there were other things drawn. We have no idea. Charlie Kirk fundraiser. Give, send, go for family raises nearly $500,000 in less than 24 hours. Okay, his death is tragic, but why? Like, why Is it just like expect you just fundraise for dead people? Is that just like a money thing now, or? Like, I imagine he was probably decently wealthy, no? Okay. It's for his family? Where do you think his money went to? Was Trump in his will? I don't know who this guy is, but true. Remarkable double standard where a sitting Republican senator can respond, haha, to legislators' assassinations and receive no criticism, while every elected Dem roundly condemned the shooting and still got tagged as the violent ones because 41 follower account I Love Lenin made a joke. True. Oof.
This is a video.
Stop. This is kind of bad, I guess, if this happened. I mean, it's not good, but...
You're still sitting like that. Oh.
What?
Who?
Was that out? Wait, what happened? Charlie Kirk. Wait a minute, is this true?
Harvey and Charles,
what?
I found.
No. That what happened?
There he is, right there.
Wait a minute, what happened? Is that him speaking?
And he just got shot.
Charlie Kirk?
Watch this. I mean, does this look like he gets shot?
Wait.
Yes,
Well,
it does.
Okay, come on, let's...
Did Charlie Kirk get shot?
Start writing the story.
Mark's writing. Hey, Jamie, one paragraph up.
Wait, is it...
Where is this?
We are trying.
Where was it?
Utah.
Call the university right now. Can you call the police department?
Police.
Find out what police. Karumi, and all you guys, find out what police department handles this area.
He always has security right there, sitting next to Utah. What? I watched.
Was this in Utah? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's writing?
Jamie, who's writing?
Mark's writing.
It's definitely upper body.
We're not putting this up.
We are trying.
Where was it?
Utah.
Start writing the story. Mark's writing.
Hey, Jamie, one paragraph up.
Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe this isn't... But I feel like I was reading, everybody was saying that they were all laughing at him dying. Is that just a lie, or is there something else? It's in the background and it's unrelated? Oh, I thought I saw this tweet going viral and people were quote tweeting saying TMZ was laughing when Charlie Kirk got killed. There is a clip of that. That's a different clip.
We were live streaming all day during this tragedy when something happened in our office. As we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase, and they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination. They were not. They would not work here if they did.
And that being said, we acknowledge that it was horrible timing. And for that, we are sorry.
We apologize. We apologize that you had to hear that.
And I get why if you're watching the stream, you may have felt that that's what the laughter was about. We assure you, it was not about that. but it was horrible timing. And by the way, I get it too, and he gets it because we listened as we were talking. You can go back and look on the stream. I actually walked off camera to go back and find out what the hell was going on because it was inappropriate for the laughter at that time. But no one was laughing about the Charlie Kirk tragedy. Nevertheless, we apologize for the way it sounded.
Yep. The police chase was crazy, to be fair. I didn't watch it at all. Nice. Last time I spoke with him, Destiny told me Trump was evil. Please ask him what violence is for, if not to combat evil. Some guy replies to him, are you calling for violence against Mamdani? New York City seems ready to remind everyone why socialism is evil. No, but socialism is evil, and if enacted, would justify rebellion. See below. So no violence until he's actually elected? I doubt he has the power, and even if elected, to mandate that workers own the means of production. Jesus Christ, you're such a weasel, dude. Oh my God. Another song.
For all the bile, the bold talk, the venom, the hate and the lies, no one should get killed, no blood should be spilled.
He says he'll come on stream. You can always message me on Discord. Wait, I wasn't listening, sorry.
The hate and the lies, no one should get killed, no blood should be spilled. Charlie shouldn't have died. Well, you can't hate the gun and love the gun that shot your rival. You can't be kind and wish hate upon a child. Everybody's got...
Okay, that's good. We're fine.
For all the...
Stop.
White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back!
127,000? Jesus. Wasn't it a white guy that shot him? At least from what we've seen so far, if we believe that guy's the shooter.
Fight back! White man, 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 fight back! White man.
Thank you, Tarot and Shapiro and Rogan, but I still support you from the center left. All the bloodlust here is a shameful display and a shameful period of the Republican Party. Okay. I'm sure it'll just go away on its own. Jesus Christ. Pray didn't help Charlie Kirk, did it? No, I was praying for you. For what's about to come. Jesus Christ.
Where are the leaders? Where are the leaders on the left that will challenge this madness, that will speak out against it? And I'll add that anyone that claims to be a conservative or MAGA or pro...
Wait, what?
That will speak out against it.
What is he, like every single person on the left has spoken out against, what is he talking, the leaders, like the actual politicians and everybody has spoken out, what is he talking about? Literally all of them.
Where are the leaders on the left that will challenge this madness, that will speak out against it? And I'll add that anyone that claims to be a conservative or MAGA or pro-Donald Trump that uses that type of extreme, violent rhetoric, the same goes for you. There are some idiots that claim to be conservative. They are not.
The No True Scotsman
has given us 10 non-stop years of rage and hatred and vile language. And it's undeniable that it is poisoning the minds of many people in our country. And it needs to end. Where are the leaders on the left that will challenge this man?
Rowan made a tweet about this. Barack Obama. We don't yet know what motivated the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, but this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy. Joe Biden, there is no place in our country where this kind of violence must end now. Mehdi Hassan, horrific news out of Utah. I hope Kirk and anyone else affected are okay. Political violence, gun violence is never acceptable. Jank Uyghur, what happened to Charlie Kirk is one of the worst things that has happened in American politics. Bernie Sanders, political violence has no place in this country. Mamdani, I'm horrified by the shooting of Charlie Kirk at a college event in Utah. Political violence has no place in our country. Gavin Newsom, the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, violent, and reprehensible. We must reject political violence in every form. David Hogg, horrifying news. Charlie Kirk's been shot. Gun violence, political violence have to fucking stop. Pramila Jayapal, a representative. Political violence should have no place in this country and is never acceptable. Hutch, horrifying. This cannot keep happening. Brian Krasenstein, Charlie Kirk is 31. This is never the answer. The talk of violence needs to be toned down. Crystal Ball, absolutely horrible and chilling. I hope he will recover. David Packman, Charlie Kirk was apparently shot in the neck in an event in Utah today. Absolutely terrifying, disgusting stuff. Brian Tyler Cohen, Charlie Kirk shooting is beyond horrific. AOC, the scourge of gun violence and political violence must end. I'll look it in chat. This apparently just happened. Read the second picture. Wait, fuck, was there a second picture? Oh, there was a second picture. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's the comparison picture. Where you saw that one earlier. I saw videos earlier today. I don't know if this guy actually had a fucking stroke. Bro, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. Like...
Hilda E. Taylor. Lieutenant Colonel Kip P. Taylor, United States Army.
Jesus Christ. We still planning to do public parents debates? I don't know. You guys keep donating and asking. It's a decision I'm making on my own right now. I'm not going to publicly announce. I don't know why everybody keeps asking. Yes, on November 17th at 4:27 p.m. I'm going to be outside the, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not giving you any exact answers on that. So the thing I'm thinking about, I'll consider it. I have nothing else to say about that. Jesus.
Sandra C. Taylor.
There's a comment on the Reddit saying that Trump hung his face at half-mast for Charlie Kirk. Jesus.
Sandra D. Teague. Hilda E. Taylor.
Tweeted, please. Well, somebody said it was already a big comment on Reddit. You think I would meme Jack? Do you think I would ever do anything like that? Former Republican candidate for a state house seat in New Mexico was sentenced to 80 years in prison on Wednesday for orchestrating a politically motivated shooting spree against 4 Democratic officials. The series of shootings happened in December 2022 and early January 2023, weeks after the candidate, Solomon Benya, had lost his race. When Mr. Benya, 42, was arrested in January 2023, the authorities said he had paid 4 men in cash to shoot at the homes of certain Democratic officials, including a county commissioner and a state senator. No one was injured in the attacks. In March of this year, a jury found Mr. Benya guilty of 13 federal charges, including conspiracy, weapons-related charges, and interference with federally protected activities. Jesus. Christ. Stay safe. I'll do my best. I love everybody. Mr. Benya refused to accept his electoral defeat, even though he had lost by a wide margin to an incumbent in a Democratic stronghold in Albuquerque. He claimed the election was rigged and visited the homes of some members of the Bernalillo County Board of Commissioners to urge them not to certify the results. What does that sound like? Jesus. Do you have a second to talk? Sure. Hi, what's up, buddy?
I saw some of your streaming earlier. You were talking about the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah, what about it?
And I want to talk to you. Do you understand the difference between like what you're talking about there versus like civil disobedience or nonviolence like we saw in the civil rights movement?
Yes.
Like why? Okay.
And that's well. So, I mean, I can tell you. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Civil disobedience is not like a moral principle. It's like a strategy. Like if it was ineffective, you shouldn't advocate for it. It would be immoral to advocate for it. It's only advocated for because it works.
Right. And also like in this scenario, what's not happening is we're not saying like the actions of the government are wrong and therefore we're protesting the government in a way so that we don't show support for it, right? We want them to arrest us for us to make it a show that we don't approve of their actions and choose not to participate, right? That's not what's happening right now. We're talking about two political factions. One happens to control the government, but we're not really upset that they're controlling the government. We're upset about the violence that's being perpetrated in the environment that they're creating politically outside of just government function, right?
Okay.
And then with nonviolence, I've been running into this a lot with people where they really just want a nonviolent response to violence that's being promoted and perpetrated by the right, things like that. And while I'm not promoting violence or suggesting people should commit violence, it really kind of misunderstands like the purpose of nonviolence as far as like how it was used in the Indian Revolution and how it was used in and used in civil rights, right? Like in those instances, you're really using nonviolence to goad the other side into being brutish and horrible, so much so that it horrifies the people that are either willfully or ignorantly blind to the kind of bad things that are happening, right? And here, I would say, I don't think that Republicans are going to be shocked into turning away from Trump and MAGA, right? Like, I don't think that Democrats could come out here and do nonviolence in the same way, and then let's say ICE shows up, arrests all these Democrat politicians doing nonviolence, and then Republicans would wake up and go, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe how bad that is. I'm going to pull support." I think that enough of them are bought into it that they would look at that and go, "This is great," right? And I think it's pretty important. I think it's important that people realize that that's kind of where we're at. It's not just that we're in an environment where violence is happening and that's dangerous and scary. It's violence is happening and it is being approved of by people in power, and they have a broad base of support on this. It's not we're hiding the camps and the Germans don't know right? So all these
there's a
Germans
lot
can
of things
act
that are
like-
completely
right.
disanalogous that I have to keep pointing out to people. Like a lot of the Hitler comparisons don't work because a lot of like what Hitler was doing, he was like finagling his way to getting a popular majority, to convincing a bunch of people to support him, to
Right.
like building these coalitions, to, you know, passing the Enabling Act, to working in a parliamentary where they didn't have like a, but like Donald Trump is a political leader that won a majority of the popular vote in the last election and controls both houses of Congress. Like we're way past any of the other finagling. Yeah.
And I agree. And on top of that, he is a politician, or he's the head of a government, politician who is unabashedly okay with acting outside, one, his powers, but two, outside of the government, right? He's okay if people that support him act extrajudicially to enact his goals. He's okay with that. He condones it. He promotes it. That is different than it's actually very similar to, I would say, the way that Jim Crow was run in the South, in which what you would happen is you would have people that were very racist against black people and hated black people and wanted to subjugate them in power, and they would do things that would harm them, but then also they would condone extrajudicial punishments against black people, right? Whenever they would convict black people in courts in the South, the judges would do so knowing that they would be dragged out of the courthouse and lynched and killed. It is not that is the comparison. It is there's forces that are in power that have the support of the public, and the people in power enable the public to commit violence in the same way that the public enables the government to commit violence. And that's the situation we're in. We're not. So it's just, I know it's very hard for a lot of people to kind of like grasp that, and a lot of people want to keep a moral high ground, or they want to say, hey, no, like. This is outside the Charlie Kirk conversation, really. It's more of just this, like, this is the environment that we are hurtling towards, if not already in. And so I just want to make sure, just say that, because I agree with you on the prisoner's dilemma thing. But I think there's a lot of people out there that look at the prisoner's dilemma thing and go, oh, no, I would never do the betrayal, because then at least I keep the moral high ground. And
the whole point of the prisoner's dilemma is that you are always coming out worse, though. Yeah.
Right, and they go, well, no, but you see, if we give in and we betray them, then that means we're going to lose our liberalism. We're going to lose the American liberal project, and it's kind of like the fact that you're in the prisoner's dilemma means we are no longer in that liberal project, right? Like you're living in a world that's already dead.
Sure.
I know this is a bit doomer pill to one degree, but on the other side, the good part of that is, we are not in a situation, and this is one of the reasons why we should not do nonviolence or civil disobedience as a tactic, because we are not in a minority as a power, right? We're not a small group being oppressed by a larger group, and then and trying to, like that. The power imbalance is not there such that those are really appropriate, in my opinion. The Democratic Party, the left, and liberals, whatever that tent looks like, is not a subjugated small force by a larger, more powerful one. They're about at parity. It just happens that one of them controls the government, and that does imbalance it. But it's still a question that it's not like absolute. It's not such that, like, in the same way that, like, technically, if every white person in America during Jim Crow wanted to kill all the black people, they could have done it. Right now, Republicans, if all of them got together and said they wanted to kill all Democrats, there is a question of whether or not they could even accomplish that, right?
Sure.
And so
the situations are similar. Sure.
Right. So that's kind of the other side of it, is like, yes, there's doom and gloom, but also, like, they are by no means in a position where they have the momentum to go and fully do the genocide, so long as we do not give them permission to do so, right? So
sure.
Just a small thing. But yeah, no, I appreciate it.
All right. I'll keep it in mind. Have fun. Be careful. Wait. When is he expected to show up for this? It starts at 9:30.
And I want to echo, before I start on the issue at hand, I want to echo what you've heard from my colleagues. Political violence has no place in America. What we saw yesterday, and everyone saw it, is sickening. It is disgusting. It was a political assassination. And all of you sitting in these rows have a duty and an obligation to call it that. You know, when I'm thinking about Charlie, obviously his faith was the most important thing in his life. His wife, his children, our prayers are with them. But he influenced countless Americans and people across the world. My kids being amongst those groups. Talking with them last night, talking through this with them last night, is just unthinkable that this is happening in the United States of America. And so the time for unity, the time for peace, it is now.
Nope, that ship is past. Tears are unacceptable from a leader during a time like this. It certainly is not.
Before I start on the...
Based. Good one, guys. 7,000 likes. No one gives a fuck. So you're going to do nothing? Peace and unity are what we all asked for years ago, and the left said no. No one big is even picking this up or caring. True. It's crazy how Donald Trump wasn't responsible for January 6th, but the Democrats are supposed to be responsible for what happened to Charlie Kirk. What was it that Donald Trump said that made him responsible? You made that claim, so be specific. He said they didn't win the election of 2020. He said it hundreds of times. He still says it. Duh. He did. Nice.
I think that...
How do you want to see your supporters respond to this? Charlie Kirk was a big advocate of nonviolence and free speech on campus. How do you want your supporters to respond, sir?
I think that way. He was an advocate of nonviolence. That's the way I'd like to see people respond.
How do you want to see your...
Okay. Black power. Fist, yes.
One, two, three, mic check, testing one.
Trump redemption arc? No. Trump making a general statement of, I want people to calm down? No. After his 10-minute speech earlier? No. Give me an actual formal speech in front of a fucking camera where he tells everybody to calm the fuck down without blaming somebody else, without mentioning Joe Biden, without talking about the Democrats.
Damn.
Where are we going to test it? Brian, can you test that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sound check.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, that sounds great.
Testing.
Yes. Yes, just do the other break. Thank you so much.
Right after that sentence, he literally said we have a radical left problem. Wait, link me that. Hold on, wait, link me the questioning. No shot, it was cut off right there.
Right, that's what I understand. You're not planning on having me. Okay, all right.
1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. Everybody good? What? Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Where did that thing come from? God, this is such a weirdly shot
11, 12.
AI looking fucking speech.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, wait.
Mic check.
Are you concerned for your own safety?
Not really. I'm really concerned for our country. We have a great country. We have a radical left group
Okay, yeah. This is why. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck all of you.
of lunatics out there, just absolute lunatics, and we're going to
Still don't know who the shooter is, by the way.
get that problem solved. I'm only concerned for the country. Yeah.
Mr. President, how do you want to see your supporters respond to this? Charlie Kirk was a big advocate of nonviolence and free speech on campus. How do you want your supporters to respond, sir?
I think that way. He was an advocate of nonviolence. That's the way I'd like to see people respond. Say it? I did. I spoke to Erica, his wife, and we had a long talk, and she's devastated. She's absolutely devastated, as you can imagine.
Are you concerned?
Have any recording intervention behind the Kirk assassination?
I don't know what you're saying.
What do you think about the people?
Mr. President, when, Mr. President, are you planning to bring both presidents, the president of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, and president of Rwanda?
They're coming soon. They're coming soon. And as you know, I spoke to their foreign ministers. They were here a couple of weeks ago, as you remember. And they'll be coming soon. The presidents are coming first.
This week, Mr. President, I witnessed more than 60 people.
Is it not a probable assumption that the shooter is leftist? We have no idea, right? Like, arguably, both of the Trump assassins, I don't think we've even know for sure if either of those guys are leftists, right? I think for both of the Trump shooters, I'll probably just read on this tonight. I think we think that both the Trump shooter, the people who try to assassinate Donald Trump, are possibly conservative, right? So no, the idea that the person who shot at Charlie Kirk is obviously, leftist, we don't know that. We've no, like, if I had to put my money on it, I'd probably 50-50 it.
People in DRC Congo were killed. There is people affiliated with ISIS. Terrorist groups are taking advantage because of the situation going on because of the war. So what is your word for Congolese people?
Well, we're going to be talking to them. As you know, we are talking to them. It's a very violent place. It's very, very violent. For a long time, it's been going on for 30 years, 35 years even, they say. But we're going to handle it. Thank you. Can't understand.
Mr. President, what do you think about the media that justify the murder of Charlie Kirk?
I think it's terrible. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. It's terrible.
Why haven't they found the shooter yet, Mr. President? Are you concerned that it's been 24 hours?
Well, I hear they're making big progress, and we'll have to see what happens.
Do you have any indication of the shooter's motivation, sir?
I have an indication, yeah, but we'll let you know about that later. Thank you.
You spoke with Uzbekistan president, and this last Sunday you sent greetings to Kazakhstan. UN General Assembly is upcoming. Are you going to meet with the presidents of Central Asian countries?
President where?
Central Asian countries, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan.
I will be, yeah. They're very good people, and I will be doing that, yes.
Do you believe that Killer is a trained assassin? Usually your instincts are always on.
I'd rather not say. I think progress is being made. He's an animal, total animal. And hopefully they'll have him and they'll get him. What he did is disgraceful. Charlie Kirk was a great person, a great man, great in every way, especially with youth. And what he did, what this man did, was disgraceful. So hopefully we'll have him and we will deal with him very appropriately.
What's your reaction to Russian drone incursion into Poland?
Could have been a mistake. Could have been a mistake, but regardless, I'm not happy about anything having to do with that whole situation. But hopefully it's going to come to an end.
Mr. President, in Brazil, Bolsonaro was just found guilty by the Supreme Court. You've been very clear that you would apply sanctions. Are you thinking further sanctions to Brazil because of this Bolsonaro?
Well, I watched that trial. I know him pretty well. Foreign leader. I thought he was a good president of Brazil. And it's very surprising that that could happen. That's very much like they tried to do with me, but they didn't get away with it at all. But I can only say this. I knew him as president of Brazil. He was a good man, and I don't see that happening.
I'm very sorry for your loss. Everybody's loss. I'm very sorry for your loss, first of all. How do you think Israel's attack in Doha will affect the hostage deal?
You better say it a little bit. Where are you from?
I'm from Israel. 714 is like
go ahead, do it again. Do it again.
How do you think Israel's attack in Doha will affect the hostage deal?
Well, hopefully it won't affect it at all. We want the hostages out, and we want them out soon. Hopefully it won't affect it.
How are you holding up for the last 3.5 days?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty. It'll be an absolutely magnificent construction. And I just see all the trucks. We just started.
Yeah, I was going to say, if she said a different country, would he not allow them to ask another question? What was he adjusting his AirPods, AirPod Pro 3's auto translator? Like, what was the purpose of asking that question?
It'll get done very nicely, and it'll be one of the best anywhere in the world, actually.
Thank you so much.
Putin bombing Poland would never have happened under Biden. True! Only Ukraine bombed Poland. Got him. Faced. Laura Loomer, I don't think I want to show this on stream. Laura Loomer's just like full out doxing people. 56,000 likes. Nice. Good one. Like 10 right-wing accounts are, including the one dude who registers people to vote in Pennsylvania. Laura Limmer doxed this guy. Limmer once doxed my home address on this website and repeatedly encouraged her followers to go after me, resulting in death threats that mentioned my son. Okay. Watch this in the meantime. How triggered am I going to get?
Absolutely. So many.
Like, shooting and everything is bad. It's bad. But like, this is like, for conservatives, this is like kind of fuck around and find out. This is what they want. Remember, you're like deploying the National Guard to places, you're sending the Marines around.
Man, this guy fell off, man. Straight up, it is what it is. I mean, the meth guy fell off. I hate to say it. He fell off. This is it's just brain dead.
You're talking about us, you know, I can like write out the script for every single possible response from like people who don't follow politics but still decide to comment on it. Like, don't say this. Like, we want to have everybody be peaceful. Nobody should be violent at all. We should disavow every single time. And then that's it over and over again, ignoring the constant ramp up from the right constantly on this for years. And it's just the same shit every time. So go to war, people. Like, this is what we're kind of gearing up for. I mean, you can't really be surprised when this is the kind of shit that's happening, right? Like, when politicians are getting killed, when people are, you know, acting fucking unhinged and insane, and you're all feeding into this like crazy. Like, yeah, there are going to be deaths on both sides of it. That's how it works. This is how like a degenerating democracy appears. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of stupid to act surprised on this.
The same. All right, we'll continue to follow this.
Also,
absolutely. So.
Interesting. When it's right wing, it's right wing. When it's leftist, it's both sides. Classic.
Is he just repeating my argument back at me, but then like reversing it, or?
Go. Classico. Momento.
What?
No, say question mark. Just go ahead and say it. It makes you win. Say question mark, that makes you win. No, just like you guys know.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to communicate with people like you. I don't know if you're being serious or if you're like playing retarded. I can't tell. You just ignored the Trump interview that just happened, Destiny. It was the opposite of what you said was happening. In spite of Trump's own imagined view of the highly violent leftists, he thinks his right-wing supporters should respond by peaceful means. That's our most recent word from him. You're the equivalent of the guy who takes the hour and 10-minute speech outside of the ellipse and says, well, Trump said we'll be marching peacefully down to the Capitol. Trump has blamed the radical left Democrats multiple times. He did it in that interview. We don't even know who the shooter is, but he's continued to blame them. He sees a leader does not just come out and make a random statement and then walk away. Like, if you see that your entire base is getting riled the fuck up, if you see what's going on with everybody around you and you're not saying anything about it, especially when you're the leader of the country, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to guide your people in that way. You're complicit in the violence. One uttered thing where he's not even, that wasn't even his phrase. He was just reflecting what the journalist said back at him. Oh, I think I want my, whatever to be, I want my followers, whatever to be peaceful. That's not enough. That's not even remotely enough, bro. You're so fucking retarded.
I'll watch another one.
Years, and he's even featured in South Park recently because of it.
The thing is, too, like, people like you might actually be retarded enough to follow, or to fall for it. Like, that might be the case. But Donald Trump knows what he's doing, and the people that follow Donald Trump, know what's going on. Fuck. What are just the text messages? Like people are like, oh no, Donald Trump tweeted out that you should be peaceful or whatever. Jesus Christ. I must have all the text in this. Oh, some of them. Like while like retards like you and everybody else are all saying, oh no, he did everything he could. These were the text messages that Donald Trump was actually getting behind the scenes. From Marjorie Taylor Greene. Mark, I was just told there's an active shooter on the first floor of the Capitol. Please tell the president to calm people. This isn't the way to solve anything. Laura Ingram. Hey, Mark, the president needs to tell people in the Capitol to go home. This is hurting all of us. He's destroying his legacy and playing into every stereotype. We lose all credibility against the BLM and Antifa crowd if things go south. You can tell him I said this. Mick Mulvaney to Mark. He needs to stop this now. Can I do anything to help? Representative Barry Loudermilk. It's really bad up here on the Hill. They've breached the Capitol. At 2:48, Meadows responds. POTUS is engaging. At 2:49, Loudermilk responded, thanks. This doesn't help our cause. Representative William Timmons. The president needs to stop this ASAP. Donald Trump Jr. He's got to condemn this shit ASAP. The Capitol Police tweet is not enough. Meadows responds, I'm pushing it hard, I agree. Trump Jr. continues, this is when you go to the mattress on. They will try to fuck his entire legacy on this if it gets worse. Unknown text message, are you with POTUS right now? Hearing he's in the dining room watching this on TV, is he going to say anything to de-escalate apart from that tweet? Former White House Chief of Staff, Reince Priebus, tell them to go home. Unknown. POTUS should go on air and diffuse this. Extremely important. Former Trump White House Strategic Communications Director, Alyssa Farah. POTUS has to come out firmly and tell protesters to dissipate. Somebody is going to get killed. Representative Chip Roy, fix this now. Sean Hannity, can you make a statement? I saw the tweet. Ask people to peacefully leave the Capitol. Meadows, on it. Unknown, please have POTUS call this off at the Capitol. Urge rioters to disperse. I pray to you. Unknown, is he coming out? He has to, right? Fox News host Brian Kilmeade, please get him on TV, destroying everything you guys have accomplished. Donald Trump Jr., we need an Oval Address. He has to lead now. It's gone too far and gotten out of hand. Like, you guys can do this thing where you, like, pretend, like, oh, no, you said peaceful one time. But, like, even the guys that know, right? These are the people that are actually raping your brain as you come out here and you say this as, like, an actual MAGA fleshlight for messaging. But, like, the guys that are manipulating you and mind-fucking you know how bad this is, and they know that, like, Trump should be more proactive on this. Like, he's a leader, and the people are only doing it because of the things that he said and done. So it's just fucking, it's so fucking stupid. But I don't know, you can play stupid if you want. I don't care.